guess Death G is me. I'm Death G. I like to make all types of music. I've been doing this for five years now, and recently last year is when I started to go like harder at the music. Um, I mean, there's not much to say about me. I I like to create art. That's literally me. That's all I do: art and play video games. Um, as of right now, my one of my biggest inspirations I'd say is Juice Road music wise. Um, I've learned a lot from just listening to his music when it comes to um, just speaking yourself out through music in that way. Um, so for sure, I'd say he's one of my biggest inspirations music wise. Um, I'd say also my girlfriend. She inspires me in just to in ways like in music also, and just in life in general. Like she inspires me to keep on pushing this, keep on pursuing it, and to not stop. Um, I'd also say Lil Darky is another person that inspires me in music. Just the way he diversifies himself, his sound, genres, and all that, and that's something I like to do as well. So that's him is when I first started listening to him. That's I gravitated so much towards him, towards his music, in the way that I feel like I was able to do that as well. And yeah, those are I'd say those are my three biggest inspirations at the moment. My main thing I feel like stands out the most is the way I can just blend. Like if you give me a beat to do some hard screaming shit, I'm not gonna care. I'm still gonna hop on there and do what I know I can do on there. Also, like singing wise, like a melodic song, I can do that as well. And I know there's a lot of people that stand out by doing that, but I feel like those are some things that make me stand out as well. Same with recently I started to experiment with Spanish music as well, and I feel like that's another venue I can stand myself out as well. And so far I've only been doing melodic stuff in Spanish, but I would like to get to a point where I can make screamo type shit in Spanish as well. And I feel like that'll diversify me even more, and stand out even more as an artist. Um, I also like to stand myself out just the way I dress as well. I like to be original. Um, that's one thing I really enjoy, like being original. Not because like I feel it just makes me feel better to be original in my clothing, music, and in anything I do. So, but yeah, I'd say the main thing that makes me stand out that I feel is the way I can make different types of music and just put myself out there in those ways. Um, I like to draw a lot. I don't do it as much as I should be doing it, but that's for sure one thing. I when I have the time, I like to draw and paint. Um, just whatever comes to my mind. It's another avenue I can get my creativity out from my head. So when I'm not recording, or I don't have motivation to record, I usually do that, as well as reading manga. I enjoy reading the Uzumaki manga. That's one of my favorite ones by what's his name? I forgot his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. But yeah, that's those are my main hobbies: drawing, painting, and reading any type of book really. But I enjoy reading manga. That's one of my main things I like to do. Um, I have different ways of going when it comes to like my creative process. Um, let's see. So usually, if I'm writing a song on my own, It's usually in my bed. That's honestly the best place I go to write my music. It puts me in a state of mind, relaxed. Um, I put on a beat, or if someone sends me a beat, I just start listening to it, and what comes to my mind, I start writing. But when it comes to recording as a group, like with my friends, one thing that really helps is getting Whataburger. I don't know, the burger helps. It helps my brain. Gotta feed the brain, but that's one thing for sure. I'd say helps, like eating a burger before you're gonna record. Um, but yeah, I'd say that's my creative process. There's not much to it. You know what? There's someone right now that I would love. Um, Honestly, right now, I would love to hop on a track with Harper. I fucking love his fucking music. Um, I love the way his flows, the way he raps, his words, like everything about him is so fire. So I'd say Harper's for sure someone I would love to collaborate right now. If you were to send me some shit right now, I'd love to hop on that for sure. Um, I'd say work for sure. This is one of the things in my personal life that affects me, and just the way and the way that I just don't want to work. But I mean, I'm working because I gotta support my music career. But it affects me in a way. It was just like, I don't know, not work itself, but the people there, the information people give me, and like the insight I get from the older people as well. Um, that stuff stays in my head, and I think about it at times when I'm writing music. They just stuff they go through in their life, and I try to implement it in my music in certain ways. Same with, like, I work at a meat market, and there's some songs where I mention working in there. That's one way I guess it affects me, but not really. Another thing is my friends. Uh, I have other friends that make music as well, and that affects my music in a way as well. I get inspired from them, um, as well, in my music, and creativity wise as well. I get inspired from my friends, my girlfriend as well. Relationship, there's the ups and downs, in relationships, and I try and implement that part of my life as well in my music a lot. Same with whenever I feel anger throughout my life, in situations that I go through in life, I release it all out in some of my tracks. Um, but I'd say those are some, like, the main things that really affect my life into my music. I'd say. Um, for sure, I'd say Juice WRLD. Like I said, he's I mean, he influenced me a lot. Like, I started listening to him in high school, senior year, and I mean, I wasn't really dealing through a lot of stuff through that in that time of my year, but I resonated with his music, like I said. But I would love to sit down and, like, actually get to know him, and, like, share stories. Not even, like, talk about music, but just as a person. Like, he just seemed cool, as a cool dude to be friends with. But I would have loved to, like, talk to him for sure. Another person as well is Kurt Cobain. Um, Obviously Nirvana, but Kurt Cobain. I mean, just his voice is so, to me, it's so unique, and I'm just speaking on him as of now, but just the way his music, all of that. But him as a person, I would love to get to know him as well, and just talk about, like I said, life. Just get inside his head and see what his perspectives were, and also, like what type of, like, stuff he had in his brain when it comes to music, because he was talented as fuck. I'd say. So he's a second person for sure. I would love to talk to. Yeah, I'm gonna say Darky, bro. Lil Darky. I hope he's alive right now, so I hope there's a potential of sitting down and actually conversating with him. But I would love to, like I said with Kurt Cobain as well, just like speak with him deep about life, music as well. Let him get inside my head, and I want to get in his head too. Like, just, you know, absorb information from him and just talk, you know, about anything. To be honest, those are the three people I'd say I'd love to speak to. My message, I guess, for everyone would be to try and be the best person you can be, and, you know, to not try and make mistakes happen, and you learn from it, but to not let that affect you as a person, and to, you know, affect you from wanting to change, because everyone can, you know, better themselves. And I feel like that's one thing a lot of people, you know, put themselves down making mistakes, and it could be anything, and, you know, with your parents, friends, relationships. I'd say that's something I would want people to, you know you're able to change and better yourself, and continue growing as a person, and continue growing in life, and as well to not let people bother you, put you down, because that once that gets into your head, it messes you up in different ways. Something, you know, you wouldn't really want to be feeling all the time. But my main message is just for people to not put themselves down a lot, you know, and just continue to grow and better yourself if you are dealing with stuff like that. And if you are already good, doing better, just keep on growing and be yourself, and not be scared of be yourself at all, because at the end of the day, we're all gonna die at one point. It can be tomorrow, and it's gonna suck if you didn't get to live the way you wanted to live because you were scared of judgment and other people's opinions. So I'd say just be yourself and go crazy. Not too crazy though, but go crazy. I like to shout out my friend, man. The one that invited me to do this interview. My friend Nine Clover. We've been friends for a long time. There was a couple of years we didn't really talk a lot, but, you know, people deal with stuff, personal life. But it's for sure. I like to shout out Nine Clover, and I like to thank him for having me here. I'd also like to thank Yagi and Nutella. Not thank, but I like to give them a shout out, because they also helped me through life and music as well. They helped me definitely grow as a musician and as an artist. Same with my girlfriend. She helped me grow a lot as a person. Without her, I feel like I'd still be lost, and she definitely helped me discover who I am. So yeah, good question. Death G actually came from my brother. Well, originally it was from one of his Clash of Clan accounts. It was actually just Death God, which is Shinigami. And I mean, at the time, I was heavily influenced by Death Note. I fucking love Death Note. And, you know, Shinigami, he's a death god. I liked it. My first name starts with the letter G. And yeah, I just put 2 and 2 together, Death G, and that's how I came up with it. Originally, I had a different name. I'm not gonna say what the name is because it's ass, but yeah, that's how I came up with Death G.